Hi guys. So I just wanted to get on here and share. I have this trinket. I got it. Um, it was supposed to be a reminder. That was supposed to be a mustard seed in there. And it was supposed to be a reminder of the verse that says, as long as you have faith the size of a mustard seed. I'm paraphrasing. Um, then basically anything with God is possible. And I just wanted to get on here and share. This feels like a natural representation of where my faith with God is right now in a very particular area of my life. So I don't know if you can see it well, but this mustard seed, as tiny as it is broken. Yeah. So I actually don't know how it broke. Just however it was glued in there or embedded in there, some kind of way something broke through and split the mustard seed. Who'da thunk it? But it just reminded me of a couple of scriptures. First, I'll start with what the trinket was supposed to represent. For this one, I'm going to read out of Matthew chapter 17, verses 19 and 20. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, "Why could not we cast him out?" And Jesus said unto them, "Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." So that's what the trinket is supposed to remind me of, kind of. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I say it feels like a representation of my faith now because I feel like I have a broken mustard seed of faith. I thought I had no faith at all, but I don't know. This just seems more representative. It feels like it's more broken than anything else. And then I was reminded of the parables that Jesus shared. I'm going to read the ones from Matthew 13, although I'm sure it was mentioned in some of the other Gospels. And I'm going to start reading from I may as well just start from verse 1. The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside. And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And then I'm going to go down. Where am I going to go? Now I'm going to go down to verse 18 where Jesus is explaining the actual parable. It says, Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. But he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, some 60, some 30. So, I don't know. I think I just found myself trying to categorize what this was supposed to represent. And I think it's for me specifically, is the second one where I received a word with joy initially, but when tribulation or persecution arose, then basically it's like scorched and withered away. I'm pretty sure that's me. But what was the other scripture I wanted to turn to? Was it in Luke? I think it was in Luke. I'm going to turn to Luke. I should have put a bookmark there. Oops. In case I have to turn back. But, aha! It is in Luke. So, I think this is the last scripture I'm going to read for this video specifically. But it said, this is Luke chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 16. And he came to Nazareth where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, and stood up for to read. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And I just wanted to read that as a reminder for what Jesus came to do in the world. It probably doesn't seem like it the way I'm acting in the video, but broken faith is not fun. And so I think the closest thing that I can relate to from what I just read is how he said he was sent to heal the brokenhearted. And so, yeah, if you feel like you don't have any faith, then take courage. Take heart. Be encouraged. I think that's what I was trying to say. Be encouraged that Jesus is here to heal the brokenhearted, to deliver the captives and set us free. And it may not be easy, and you may go through times where you feel like this little trinket, the mustard seed of broken faith. But be encouraged that this is not the end for us. And I'll try to take my own advice. But I hope you all are having a great day, and I hope you got some good scriptures, and maybe check out the parables for yourself. I was in Matthew 13. I started at verse 1, and I went down to somewhere. Matthew 13. Oh, can't turn my pages. Matthew 13, verses 1 to 9. And then I read from 18 to 23. And then I read Matthew chapter 17, verses 19 and 20. And then I read Luke chapter 4, verses 16 through 20. So if you want to check out those scriptures for yourself, remind yourself what Jesus came here to do, and find how that may relate to your personal story. Don't be ashamed to admit that you are poor or brokenhearted, or that you still need deliverance. That's something I'm still working on, being open with the Lord and not just complaining to other people. But yeah, be encouraged, because Jesus is the answer. He's the solution to whatever problem we're facing. Bye.